This is Vargas, recording live from the Vargas Vault, and I just got back from the theater, and I went to see, finally, I actually thought I was going to miss out on it, but I went to the theater, and I saw Deadpool 2, the long-awaited sequel to the first Deadpool, which was a surprise hit for a lot of people. So, let's talk about it.
Boy, oh boy, is he sure going to regret ever adding this to the vault and letting me have access to infinite godlike powers. Hello there. You're probably surprised why I'm here. What? I decided to take the gauntlet out for a little spin and take over this particular review because Deadpool is my favorite superhero. Let me just take this off for a bit. Don't want to, accidentally snap my fingers and disappear some people, although that wouldn't be such a bad idea. Anyway, like I was saying, Deadpool is my favorite character. There's just something about his color scheme that I particularly take a fancy to. Also, his sense of humor is all right in my book. So, who better to talk about Deadpool than yours truly, Profesor Macabro? And don't worry about the other guy. Actually, I don't know where the other guy went. I just thought of him going away and poof! Gone he went. I hope the gauntlet comes with an instruction manual and I can bring him back. If not, Salaby! Anyway, Deadpool 2. The sequel to the very successful Deadpool. Now, we all wish we could erase from our memory Wolverine, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, where Deadpool showcased for the first time in the cinematic universe. And boy, oh boy, did Fox take a crap on Deadpool. The casting was awesome. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. When I heard about that, I was like, yes, good casting. Bravo, Ryan Reynolds, I approve. And then Wade Wilson pops up with Weapon X, and he's Deadpool. He's fast-talking, talking trash. I like that. And then he disappears. And he comes back at the end of the movie, committing the worst possible sin for a Deadpool. They saw his mouth shut. And then he doesn't have his costume. He just has a bunch of ridiculous black dots. And he has katanas coming out of his hand, which is literally, physically impossible. So, took a dump on whatever plans Fox might have had for Deadpool after the god-awful reception from that god-awful interpretation. But Ryan Reynolds persevered, and he was able to convince the higher-ups to make Deadpool an R-rated movie. And that was a big hurdle, because it was kind of hard to convince people to make an R-rated movie in today's PG-13 piece of shit movies that we get nowadays. But he's like, it's Deadpool. We need Deadpool to be violent, and Deadpool to be graphic, and it'll work. I assure you, it'll work. And the Fox network was like, well, okay, we'll take a chance on you, and we'll give you some money. But that didn't actually happen until the very short CGI trailer leaked, and people were interested in it. Holy shit, this looks cool. And that's when Fox was like, yeah, okay, we'll give it a shot, but we won't give you a big budget. We'll just give you a small budget, and off away with you, Ryan Reynolds. And that actually, I feel, made the Deadpool production work. Because, like in the olden days of yonder cinematic movies, you could do a lot with a small budget. with a small budget, you have to get creative. You have to think outside the box to ensure that you could get the most bang from your buck from the relatively small amount of money that the Deadpool production got. They even made fun of that in the movies. Like, when Deadpool visits the X-Mansion, it's like, it's funny, I never see anyone else except Negasonic Team Bomb, whatever her name is, and Colossus. Like, the studio didn't have the budget to get any more X-Men. And I laughed my ass off, because even the mansion looks green screen. Great stuff. Very graphic, very violent, very funny. I enjoyed the first Deadpool. And it was such a massive success that Fox was like, okay, you've proven that you can do very well. Here's more money. Make another Deadpool movie. And they make another movie, and it stars Cable. It actually stars Thanos as Cable. They actually make a joke of that too. But now, bigger production means bigger. And that's where I have the tiniest bit of complaint about the movie. The movie is funny. John Ryan Reynolds still knocks it out of the park as Wade Wilson, good old Deadpool. The introduction of Cable is great. They chose a great actor with Josh Brolin, and he's actually been doing a lot of really cool stuff. Even though the movie is garbage, I personally think he was pretty good as Jonah Hex. He did a very great Tommy Lee Jones interpretation in Men in Black 3. He was good as Thanos, and he's very good as Cable. So, good acting all around. And the violence is pretty good, and the humor is spot on. Great humor. References to anything that you can think of in the Marvel X-Men universe. They even take a shot at their distinguished competition, which I laughed my ass off very much. So I thoroughly enjoyed the humor. But this is probably my own personal opinion, and you might disagree. But I felt it felt like a studio movie. With a bigger budget, you had bigger things, and while it was fun, I do feel some things were less creative than the first one. Because it's a lot easier to CGI something that before you might have done practically to save a couple of bucks. I'm not knocking the movie. Please do not take this as a knock to Deadpool 2. It's just something that I experienced while watching the movie. I was enjoying it, but at the same time, I could see a bigger production, and that took away a little bit of the creativity, in my humble opinion. But this is my video, so I am entitled to express it. But I still enjoyed it. It had some nice time travel stuff. Don't think too much about the complications of Deadpool traveling in time. It's a movie based on comic books, and comic books are not well known for, keeping accurate timelines and having time travel rules. It's fun. It's a fun movie. Don't bring logic into it. Because I've heard a lot of people be like, well, if Deadpool does this, or if Cable does this by traveling time, won't that affect the timeline and blah, 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 blah. It's a movie based on comic books. Don't think too much about it. Just enjoy the ride, as I did. So, final review, I enjoyed it. Although you can see the money invested on screen, and that might have made them get a little lazier on actually, being creative with what they could do. And there's not much. The first one was very titillating at the beginning, and this one takes it down a notch. And this violent, you see, I'm going to spoil this for you, but the movie's been out for a while, so if you haven't seen it, it's your own damn fault for not seeing it, and for, seeing a review on Deadpool, especially one with me, because I tend to spoil stuff in my review. That's just the way it is, folks. Take it or leave it. But they do have a surprise appearance by the Juggernaut, bitch! And he pops out of his cell, And Deadpool's like, "Oh, Mr. Juggernaut, I so love you." And then the Juggernaut's like, boom, 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 boom. Deadpool go half-seat, plop! Rips Deadpool in half. Awesome! I was like, that's amazing! I like that. So violence still has violence. And the humor again, as I've mentioned before. It's something you have to mention with Deadpool. Deadpool's all about the dark humor, and this one has a bunch of it. Things I didn't like, besides the obvious, studio production look of the movie, was the little kid. The little kid was kind of annoying. Just, this typical fat kid that gets picked on, and then he's all going to all dark, and I'm gonna go seek revenge and shit. And then, he grows up and he becomes a mean motherfucker. But, yeah, that was kind of meh. But, nonetheless, still good. I enjoyed myself. I will buy it in physical media because, although I am known for horror movies, it's kind of my old stick, I enjoyed Deadpool. There's just something, again, about his color scheme that just calls to me, as well as his sense of humor. So I will definitely pick up Deadpool 2, sit back, relax, have a couple of drinks, and just enjoy the Deadpool. So, I hope you enjoyed me taking over this channel for this review. I'll put back the gauntlet because, being a weapon of phenomenal cosmic power, it's not the kind of thing you leave as a paperweight lying around. Although, again, I have to kind of figure out how I bring the other guy back from whenever I send him, but if I don't figure how that works, well, I guess you'll just see my handsome face more often and not be limited to horror, which is, again, my shtick. I like doing horror, but maybe it's time for the old professor to dip his hands into some other stuff. We'll see. So, class, I don't really know how the other guy actually closes his stuff, but this is Professor Macabro. Somewhere. And until I see you again, or you see the other guy, I bid you good evening.